Hey guys, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. I'm here to do the weekly Twin Flame reading for the week of June 12th through the 18th. Let's see. I'm just trying to think of what I wanted to mention before I start the reading. So I will not be doing any personal readings this upcoming week. I will resume doing regular readings June 19th. So that's a week from Monday. I did not shut my website down like I had originally thought about doing. What I decided to do is I'm going to do a drawing for anybody who orders a 3-card reading between now, so today is June 10th, and June 18th. So June 10th through June 18th, you will be entered to win a $70 credit on anything that I offer. So you can use it towards Reiki, you can use it towards any kind of reading. I'm choosing the $70 credit because I want to offer a free twin flame reading, but I know some people are not interested in a twin flame reading, so that way they can use it on whatever they choose. So you can order more than one 3-card reading. For every 3-card reading that you purchase, you'll get that many entries into the raffle. So if you purchase 3, you'll get 3 entries. The 3-card readings are readings where you ask a question, and usually it can't be like a super complicated question. They have to be pretty basic. And then I use the 3-card response. It comes in a recorded message from me. You can ask like 3 simple questions and get like 1-card answers, but I find that when I do that for people, you don't really get as much information, like as detailed information on the questions that you ask. So I usually recommend just 1 question per 3-card reading, but it's kind of up to you how you want to do that. So just know, if you order this reading for this promotion, I will not be even looking at the reading requests until the 19th. So expect the turnaround time to be sometime the week of June 19th. So it's going to be at least probably 1 to 2 week turnaround time for these readings. So just keep that in mind. But I had a lot of people who've been commenting saying that they've wanted a reading with me but just didn't have the ability to order one. So I thought that this might be a way that people could have an opportunity to win a twin flame reading with me or any other reading with me if they wanted. So I will give you guys the details of how you can order at the end of the reading so that I can get right into this reading now. Yesterday, June 9th, we had the full moon, the strawberry moon. And then we also had Jupiter went direct. So for some of you, you might be really feeling the effects of both of those events. I'm not going to get into the details because honestly, I'm hearing for some people they're not affected. I'm hearing from other people, they're deeply affected. So everybody is being affected by this differently. Astrological.com has some really great information about this particular event. So definitely check out her website and her information. And honestly, you could really probably just Google the this full moon and Jupiter direct 2017, and you will get a lot of hits. There's been a lot written about this in the last couple weeks, so there's a lot of information out there. And like I've said a dozen times, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't pretend to be able to talk intelligently about a lot of that type of information and the energetic stuff that gets stirred up. And we also have the summer solstice that's coming up on June 21st. And Twinstrology also just put some information out about that, because that is supposed to be a thing as well. So definitely check that out. I think that's all that I wanted to mention about energetic events and things like that. So I think I'm just going to get right to the reading. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you. And the way that I do my readings, this side, and you can't really see my card layout, but this side is the feminine, this side is the masculine. I do not refer to the twins as the runner and the chaser. I don't like using that terminology. I don't like putting that out there. And I do use feminine and masculine because it's just kind of easier as I'm talking about this throughout the reading. But the masculine energy can be a female, the feminine energy can be a male, and everything that I'm talking about can also apply to same-sex relationships as well. If this message resonates with you, wonderful. This is the message for you. If it feels like I'm talking directly to you, then I am the reader for you, and please connect with me and we can set up a reading for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. This is not the message for you. And I always pray over the cards before I lay them out, and I always ask for the messages that need to be received to be what I get. So, it might not be for you this time, and that's okay. And I think that is my spiel. So I'm going to start over on I actually think I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to start on the masculine side. So with this full moon and with the Jupiter direct, there is definitely a shift that is happening for a lot of people. And from what I'm understanding, there is a shift taking place for many of the masculine twins, especially the ones, for those of you who may have found yourself, if you were in a situation where your twin, where you felt like he was kind of choosing to stay in a situation that was not serving him, or staying with a karmic partner, there's a shift taking place there. The card that came up is simply love. And, the energy that I'm getting from this card is, that you've got the 6, and, there's kind of this like harmony and this balance of, I just want to be in a place that feels right for me. I just want to love and be loved and see that in the world around me. And the clarifying cards that I pulled here, I pulled Justice. And when I saw this card, I knew right away that, you know, the Simply Love card is, you know, doing what the masculine twin feels is right, you know, following what feels right for them. And for them, they don't want to be in a place of unease and conflict and discomfort. They want to live from their heart. They want to live in a place of love. And, you know, they want to, you know, have that love with their family, but they also want to be with the love that they know is the right one for them. Because the other card that I pulled up here is the Lovers, and this is another 6. And it's like they're, you know, they've been having these thoughts for a while, but, you know, this is just, you know, it's coming around for them again, that I want my person. I want my lover. You know, the Lover's card is about the intimate relationships, and that this person, their twin, you know, and they may not be familiar with that terminology. They may not know that this person is their twin flame, but they know that there's something there, and that is what feels right. It feels just. It's what they believe in, and this is coming together for them. And the feminine is feeling this. The card that came up for the feminine is Love Abounds. And I feel like the feminine is moving into a new cycle. You know, the Love Abounds is a 1, new beginnings, new cycles, new phases. And she is trying to see things from her heart, moving out of her ego, out of her fear-based thoughts, and seeing things from her heart, seeing where her twin is coming from, that he is coming around, that he may not show her love in the way she expects it or wants it to look, but that love is there, and it's all around her, and it's never not been there, and she's feeling it, she's seeing it, it's all around her. And the clarifying cards that I pulled here, we have the 8 of Fire, and this card is about things happening very quickly, a fast-moving energy, delays being over. And what I'm getting from this is that it might be rather overwhelming for the feminine to suddenly be feeling these emotions, and like, it's like she might be getting hit with a wave of emotion and not really know what to do. Like, it's going to be like that, and be like, you know, you're not going to have time to adjust to how different the energy feels for you. You know, and you add that to your own changes that come up with Jupiter going direct and the full moon. You know, there's going to be a lot going on. So the other clarifying card is the Sun. So it's another, you know, this card breaks down to a 1 for, you know, a new cycle, new beginnings. You know, and this is just affirming that all of the, you know, this stuff is all going to come to a happy ending. It's all going to lead to good things, you know, even though it might not feel good at the moment. And let's see, do I want to go? I'm going to go up to the next card for the feminine. It's manifest. And so we're continuing with that pattern or that energy of the new cycle, of the new beginnings, moving into a new phase. And we are in a place where we are much more powerful than many of us realize, and we are in a place of manifesting outcomes. And what I'm getting, so the clarifying cards that I pulled the Eight of Air. And what I get is almost like this is, I don't want to say a warning, but caution. The Eight of Air is all about feeling like, you lack confidence and you're afraid. There's also, with it, you feel like you're trapped. So that could be you feel trapped in your own situation. So like you could be feeling very discombobulated because, finally you're getting the feelings that you want from your twin. But you feel trapped in whatever your own situation is right now. And it makes you afraid to take the next step, to move on to your next phase, to your next cycle. And you have to let go of your fear-based thoughts, because that's what you will manifest. The more you think about things, the more power you give them, and those things will come to fruition in your life. So you really have to, be very careful about the thoughts that you're putting out there. And then the other clarifying card that I pulled up here is the Page of Earth. And, I'm feeling like one of the issues that is a big concern for the feminine, I feel like there's fears around financial independence or money. That the idea of being trapped in whatever your situation is tied somehow to money. So whether it's you need to move, you need to relocate, and you are concerned about a job, whether you need to leave a partnership and you're not sure how you'll support yourself, if you have to leave a partnership and you're concerned about child support or alimony payments, or there's a million different things that financial concerns can look like. This card is a sign of good news about financial concerns. And so there's two messages here. There's the message that, keep the thoughts positive, because, it's like self-fulfilling prophecy. If you focus on the negative, you're going to bring about the negative for yourself. But if you believe that positive things are coming to you, you will attract those things to you, because you are in a powerful place of manifestation. Now, the next card that comes up on the masculine side is Observe. And it's like, for the masculine, it's like they've come into a greater place of realization. They know what they believe in, they know who they want, and now they're trying to put themselves in the feminine's shoes. They're trying to see things from her perspective. They haven't really done that before. They haven't they've never really taken a look at how their behavior might come across to the feminine, or how all of the things that have happened may have affected the feminine. But they're also looking at the perspective of all this stuff has happened and this person is still here. So they're looking at a bigger picture. They're seeing the bigger picture of things. And the clarifying cards that came up here, we have the Knight of Air. And so this is another very fast moving energy. And it reminds me of the Eight of Air with, this energy coming in of these realizations, these epiphanies of how they really see things and how they really feel about things. Truths are being discovered, actual truths, or seeing things for what they actually are. And this is like they're seeing the bigger picture. They're not just, they're looking at their life from a big picture perspective instead of, just looking at like a 10-year period through tunnel vision. They are looking at a greater scheme of everything and how everything is affected and how everything fits together. The other card that came up here is the Star, and it's like as the masculine is looking at this bigger picture and seeing how things can fit together and how things are connected. They're seeing how they're on the right path, and how making changes and following what they believe in will take them on a optimistic path for being able to plan long-term goals and having happy times and seeing things go the way they want it to go. Like they're seeing, they're looking at the big picture and saying, like, it might be tough for a period, but overall this is so much better. Do you know what I'm saying? So the next card that comes up on the masculine side is Teach. And so whenever this card comes up, I always talk about in the context of, you can't teach without learning. So this is like, there's going to be teaching and learning going on. So I feel like the masculine is going to be in a position where, he's going to be opening the feminine's eyes to something, but he's also going to be in a position where he's going to be learning things as well. The number of this card is a 5. So a 5 is, changes, transitions, so I feel like whatever this give and take of teaching and learning is, it's gonna, be a transitional period for them. The clarifying cards, the 9 of Fire. And so this card is about not giving up on what you believe in. And so, down here we have the Simply Love and the Justice. They're figuring out what it is that they believe in, and they believe in this love. And, they're going through all these feels and realizations on all of this. And they're learning that they don't want to give this up. They want to stick this out. They're learning that this is so much bigger than they are, and that this can be so much better than anything that they can imagine. And that they don't want to give up, and they want to try to stick it out. The other card here is the Knight of Water. And so, it's like they've had this realization, and they just want to go in and they just want to sweep the feminine off their feet. I mean, they want to go and, marry the feminine, live the life. Like, they just want to lay it all out on the table. But they're learning that they can't yet, that there's things that still have to happen. Everything will happen in divine timing. Everything will happen when it's the exact right moment. And so, they're learning that they still have stuff to do. And so they need to balance their emotions. They can't get carried away with this love that they are feeling, because they've realized, they've had some really big realizations, and they don't want the feminine to slip through their fingers again. They don't want to relive any of the difficulties that they've had in the past. And so they just want to grab her right up. And so they really are having to balance that desire to not lose her with the desire of waiting for the perfect time to come together. The card that's over on the feminine side, I feel it was really interesting to see, and it's refusing to see. This card's a 2, so a 2 for partnership and union. And what I'm getting with this card is that the feminine's having a really hard time seeing how, what the heck is going on with this masculine twin of mine? Who is this person? They're surprised by this sudden change. And so, and there are feminine twins who are literally refusing to see this change that's come about, this change of heart, because they don't want to get hurt again. They feel like they've fallen for Mr. Charming before, and they've been hurt, and so they want to hide from this person who's going to sweep her off her feet. And the clarifying cards are saying exactly that. And there's the feminine is holding back, and and it's not just because she's afraid of getting hurt. It's because she's getting what she wanted, and now that she's getting what she wanted, she's scared, because now things have to change in her own life that she didn't necessarily have to change before, because the masculine wasn't doing anything. And this isn't to say that the feminine won't, but it's a little scary. They didn't maybe think that was going to happen so soon. And again, there are those that they don't want to believe it because they don't want to, quote unquote, fall for it, make changes in their life, and then have the rug pulled out under them and have it be for nothing. These are some of the thoughts that are coming up for the feminine. So the clarifying cards for the refusing to see, So it's not that they don't see it, it's fear. Like fear and disbelief. Like, is this really happening? And so we have the Page of Water. So the Page of Water is about a relationship beginning a new phase. And that is exactly what is happening here. The relationship is changing and it's beginning a new phase. And we have that confirmed with the Wands, things moving to starting a new cycle, new beginnings. But they're hesitant. There's hesitation. And so the masculine twin is having to show the feminine that he's serious. He's having to teach her what's different about him. Teach her how to let go of this fear. And then the other clarifying card that I pulled here is the Seven of Air. And so this is about the card of, poor timing, more going on than meets the eye, plans that need revision. And that's like exactly what's kind of going on with the feminine. She's like, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is the right time. I don't know if this is a good idea. We need to look, all of this is going on. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it may not be, and I can say this quite certainly, it isn't the exact right time right now for a lot of you. It's coming. It's just not now. Those of you who are coming together, you know who you are, and you know that it's the right time, and you're probably not watching this video. So there's just like a lot of questioning, not wanting to see what's happening right in front of you going on. Now, the crowning energy, I thought was really kind of amazing, so this is the energy that both twins are coming together in. We got rebuild. So this card's a 7. 16 breaks down to a 7. So for your spiritual path. And this card is rebuild. So, this is the equivalent to the Tower. So this is a life experience or a revelation, a life change. So stuff is happening here. Whether this is major life changes, major life events, massive revelations, shit's happening here. And it's, what I like about this card is that you've got the lightning bolt that's striking at the foundation of this person. And it's, in order to build a new foundation, you have to start at the bottom. So whatever you're needing to rebuild, it's being broken down right at the bottom. So you can start right from the bottom to build up. And you will have a strong foundation on whatever it is that you're rebuilding. The other card that came up, both of these cards flew out of the deck, is love. So the equivalent to the Lover's card, a 6 for harmony and balance. And I feel like, you've got this life event, revelation, this change, transition, whatever this ends up being, is going to take you to this. And so this is another one of those readings where I think, when we're getting to this part, this is not going to happen in a week. For everybody. Maybe for a few people. But this is going to happen. Like, the rebuild is going to get you to the love. It's going to get you to the union. I feel like that's just common sense. So many people are in situations where they can't come together with their twins. And yes, so much of it has to do with personal growth. I mean, that's what a big part of this journey is all about. But there's also a lot of other factors that are coming into play. And so it's going to look different for everybody. But so what is your experience? What is your life experience? What is your tower? What has to be rebuilt in order for you to come into union? What is that? So then the clarifying card that I pulled here is Love Endures. And this card is a 43, which breaks down to a 7. So we have another 7 for spiritual path. And I thought that was a really cool clarifying card because you have the rebuild. So I don't think whatever this is going to be all sunshine and rainbows. I think that it may be a time of transition and difficulty for some. But it's going to be a life change, a life experience. And I love that the clarifiers, love endures, and it's true. Love endures those things. And so the description on this card says, love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So, I just feel like so perfect. And then just for the heck of it, I pulled another clarifying card and it fit in so nicely. And so we have the 6 of air, so we have another 6. So the rebuild broke down to a 7 and we got a 7 as the first clarifier, and the love is a 6 and we got another 6 as clarifier. So we have that balance and that harmony. And this card is all about things looking up and the end of a difficult situation. So I just feel like both of these clarifiers just confirmed everything that I said about this crowning energy, which I think is really awesome. So the underlying energy that both twins are bringing to this reading is confront. And so what I see going on here is that, the underlying energy is that, both the masculine and the feminine, you still have fears and blocks that you need to take a look at within yourselves. This card is a 9, so, end of a situation, phase, cycle, and I do feel like, it's an indication that there can be an end of some of these difficulties. Not, I'm not going to say end of all of them because we're always growing, but some of these difficulties can be overcome as we face ourselves and face the fears that we have inside of ourselves. And the clarifying card that I pulled here, it's 23, which is a 5, so, indicates changes and transitions. And it says, take a chance on love. And the message is, when we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And I really feel like this is almost like a clue that for both the masculine and the feminine, that one of the blocks or the fears that many need to face are, what fears do you have about taking risks in love? What are your fears? What are you afraid of? What is holding you back? So the card that came up on the feminine for her underlying energy that she's bringing to the reading is just breathe. And, the feminine is going to be going through a lot, having to kind of go within and, I feel like this could be a period of a lot of emotion and a lot of growth, but it's going to be a little challenging. And I feel like there's going to be so much fast moving energy and so many changes that, the underlying energy for the feminine, I'm getting, it's overwhelmed and like kind of scattered. And so for the feminine, you just need to breathe and go within and remember who you are and just to be the love. And the 4 is a number of stability. And so, if you just, focus on you, focus on your breath, focus on meditation, that's going to bring you back to stability where you need to be. And the clarifying card, which I thought was so perfect, it's a 40, so that breaks down to a 4. So, another 4 for stability. This card is be in the present and dream of the future. And the message here is when we dream, everything is possible. And so, I feel like this is carrying over one of the messages that I was talking about with manifest and keeping your thoughts positive, because it's, when we dream, everything is possible. But this card, is a very strong message about how much anxiety and stress and depression we cause in ourselves when we focus too much on the past or when we focus too much on the future. So, feminine, make sure you are not focusing too much on the past and that you're not focused too much on the future. That's going to cause you a lot of unnecessary anxiety and depression, drama, just a lot of stress. Focus on the present, focus on the now, and you will be in a better place of peace. And then the underlying energy for the masculine twin is crown chakra. And so this is a 7, indicating that spiritual path. And I feel like this card is representing that there is much more of a spiritual awareness and awakening to what they're meant to do, what they're meant to be here for. And the clarifying card that I pulled here, and I kind of laughed, is it says, do something for someone else. And the message is give your attention to someone else. And the number on this card is 41, so it breaks down to a 5, so, change. And, I felt like that was kind of appropriate for the change in what's going on with the masculine. He's changing how he is thinking and approaching the feminine. And in a way, he's doing something for someone else. He's doing something for the feminine. And really, when you think about, twin flames are here for the greater good, and that's doing something for someone else. And then I pulled another clarifier card, just to see if any other information would come out. And I got the 10 of water, and so this is, that perfect, happy, content, emotional love, family life. It's a 10, which breaks down to a 1 for the new beginnings. And underlying everything, it's, that's what the masculine wants. And that, not this particular card, but that type of energy has been coming up a lot for the masculine in terms of what it is that they are desiring. So as always, I chose an oracle card, or I picked an oracle card for the end of this reading. And the card that I pulled was Blessed. So 22. And the essential meaning of this card is something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected, grace that is an unforeseen gift from spirit. And this is the relationship message. You are moving toward a deepening of intimacy and a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. So I thought this was just awesome and perfect card to wrap up this reading and the energies that were coming through. And I'm so glad that this is the reading that I can leave you with as I head out on my vacation for the next week. So I hope that resonated with you. I hope that you enjoyed it. So if you are, just a reminder about that promotion that I'm having this week. So if you order the 3-card reading, it's $20. You will be entered to win a $70 credit to be used towards anything in my store online. So any healings, a reading, whatever you want. So, but that's only good on 3-card reading. So you have to only order a 3-card reading. If you order more than one 3-card reading, you'll get more than one entry. So if you order 2 3-card readings, you'll get 2 entries into the raffle. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'll get back to you about it as soon as I can. My website where you can place your order is www.indigowingshealing.com. If you have any questions or want to reach out, my email is indigowingshealing@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/indigowingshealing. And I also have a Facebook group, which is Indigo Wings Soul Connections. Please feel free to join us in the group. It's not huge right now. It's still relatively small. But we would love to have you. Just to note that I am pretty strict about who I approve to be in the group. You need to have a real profile picture in order for me to approve you as a member. I need to see that you're a real person as best that I can online. And I typically am not approving people that are members of hundreds of online groups, because that's kind of usually a red flag that someone is a spammer, and we don't want that. So like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and I will get back to you as soon as I can. In terms of the reading for June 19th, I am hoping I will do that video when I get back, but it might be a little late, so just bear with me. I will do it as soon as I can for you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can be updated as soon as I upload the latest videos. So have a great week. I will see you guys soon. Bye.